What's going on? Welcome back to the Banack Industries YouTube channel. If you're new, thanks for joining us, and if you're turning, as always, thanks for tuning in. But today, behind me, we got our 850 Turbo Skidoo. We got some pretty fun upgrades we're going to be doing today. Got a bunch of goodies from Munster that we're going to be putting on, and we got a TKI billet brake handle. So, of course, we're still waiting for the wrap for this thing, so stay tuned. In an upcoming video, we'll be actually wrapping this sled. But let's go check out what we got going on here today. Alright, so for in today's video, we got the Munster reverse switch that we're going to be putting on. Billet brake reservoir. Of course, our TKI billet brake handle. We got a kill switch from Munster. And then these ski bushing stiffeners that we'll be trying out. So yeah, right now on this our handlebar set here, of course we already have the Munster finger throttle on. Probably hands down best mod for dollars for control on these sleds. Really helpful. And of course everything else is pretty much stock, other than we got a 4-inch Nux riser and the CFR bars. But yeah, these switches are just plastic they come factory, so they're known to break off. Lots of guys have issues with the kill switch. Of course, I had issues when we were in the trees and stuff. You'll hit them, sled will die, and then you're trying to, you know, get that back. So the new Munster stuff, they're all momentary switches, so that'll be sweet. And then another thing, upgrading the brake handle. I've known a couple people break these off, and when you're trying to ride out of the mountains with no brakes, it's kind of scary. Also, the reservoir, a couple close people to me have actually rolled their sleds and broke these, and then you get to follow them down the mountain, and that's always kind of interesting. So gonna upgrade that to the billet one for sure. But to start, we just got to pull this hood off, so I'm going to get you guys set up on the camera, and away we go. Alright, so we got the hood off. Now, of course, you needed the T25 Torx. That'll remove the 2 screws that mount to here. And then there's one there. So we're going to start by pulling the stuff off the handlebars that we don't need. So I'm going to take my T15 Torx. We're going to unbolt the kill switch here, which it comes out really nice. Let's pop that. We're going to have to cut some zip ties here, but we'll just get the bolt out of the way so far. For the your shot, you'll use that same T15. Of course, on the shot, there's 2 screws, one on each side of the bars. So remove those. So I got everything zip tied in there for you. We'll go ahead, we'll cut our zip ties. One that holds the bottom of the shock mount in. And we'll be able to drop that. Of course, all this wire loom, you'll have to cut zip ties for that. Now we'll do this one at a time. So we'll do our kill switch first.
take, of course, pop that plug out, pull that up. Take, untwist all that, and just pop this little plastic tab cover, I believe. Like so. So that's what holds these in. You pop that out with a pick. Now we should be able to take our two for the kill switch, push them up, so just like that, that one came out. I'll just take a little screwdriver here, just push it through. Now we'll take our new leads from our Munster, set that up there, reinstall, just using a nice little pick here. We'll just help slide them in. Just like that. Should pull them through just enough. You'll hear it click. And then if you try to push it back, they won't go. So that one's all done. Now we take the little white plastic doodad, pop it back in. Take our wires, put them back into our loom. We'll retape and run this up to the bar, and then we'll do the other side the exact same. Okay, there we go. So we got it all tied all back up. Now of course we got our connectors, they're all nice and tight here. Made sure we got all our wire back in the nice loom, electrical taped it in a few spots running up just so it has keeps the wires in. Zip tied it back up so it's not going to be rubbing on sharp edges like our shield here. Also, I like to be very tedious when I go through and just get my wires and cables and hoses off the handlebars just so they look as good as possible for what they are. So we got our new kill switch on here, couple zip ties holding the wires up, and then of course it drops down. I have it tied to the throttle cable, and it comes down to the stem here where it meets. Same thing here with the reverse and the shot switch. So it comes down, of course I got zip ties on both sides of that, holding wires, and then it comes down one mounting point here on the brake fluid hose, and then yeah, it comes down. It's free from the hose, but it comes back to the stem there, runs through, everything's nice, it's tied up, everything's good, so I won't have to worry about chafing wires or pinching, so shouldn't have any issues this year once it comes to that. One more thing I'll show you is we went ahead and installed our TKI billet brake lever. Really easy to do. Just one bolt here. You'll need a 10mm socket and a wrench. Take that bolt out. Of course, nut on the back side. And then there's this little pin for your park brake. There's an E-clip on the bottom. And then you just switch that over and it all works. So what we're going to do next here is going to take this reservoir off, and we're actually going to put our billet one on. So I'm going to drain some of the fluid out of this, and then yeah, kind of put a catch tray here. And so that was really quick. I'll just get you guys zoomed out here. So just went ahead, installed the Munster billet brake reservoir. I actually thought that was going to be quite a little process, but it didn't take very long at all, maybe 20 minutes. So, you know, I just held my tray here just to collect brake fluid and stuff. There's one bolt inside the reservoir you have to unscrew. And then, yeah, just the two caps. So I used just these little metal food trays to catch all my parts and the brake fluid. Once I got it done, of course, kept some brake fluid in the bottom of the, I guess the cylinder here, just so I could get a good seal and use that fluid as a lube for the O-ring. But once I got it all bolted on, I just took, I got some canned eye wash, which is really just water in a aerosol can. Sprayed that down. Of course, it dilutes your brake fluid and neutralizes it. Otherwise, brake fluid can eat paint and it does a whole bunch of other bad things you don't want. So I did that and then just blew it off, and there we go. So that's done. We got our Munster buttons done. So I just got to go ahead, throw the hood back on, and we'll test out all our switches. Well, there, we got our handlebars set up with all the Munster goodies and that TKI brake handle. Buttons are working really good. Everything hooked up really nice, so we must have done something right. Of course, coming up, we got some more parts in for our Ranger, so you'll be seeing that in an upcoming video here. And we're still waiting on that wrap from Lime 9, so I'm really excited to see how that finally turns out once we get done the sled. So definitely stay tuned, hit the subscribe, and there's a little notification bell. If you put that on, you'll be one of the first persons to know. We do have an Instagram at Banack_Industries. Of course, I'll put it up here and it'll be down in the description below. And if you haven't yet, head on over, check out my personal Instagram page. That's where you'll find sneak peeks at what we got going on. Of course, I'm posting daily on this sled and what we're doing and all the kind of special things we're doing. So if you want to know before the videos are up, head on over there, check that out. That's at tbanack67. All we got left here to do is we got those ski bushing stiffeners to go in. So I'm going to go ahead, get that done, put it on time lapse, and that'll be the end of the video. But thanks for watching.